What are they going to do? Wipe out humans they don't like?
Well, no, all you have to do, finish the cemetery, finish the S3 plan, and then they'll basically fuck off.
Yeah.
And they'll never come back.
Okay, cool.
President Johnson said. The Arsenal's GW system
Skullman!
The objective of this exercise was to establish such a
Nah, don't quite the same.
I have to admit though, you know, the Colonel, when you call him when you fight in Solidus, he actually says something quite funny. He says that Raiden for some reason is Rosemary, and you must win. Think about Olga's child, and you're Rosemary. You must win!
Oh, I'll win, but only for Olga's child. Fuck Rose.
Especially this bitch. The fake one, not the real one. I've got to say, the fake one, not the real one.
Yeah, because there is a real one. There is a real Rose. And she is pregnant. That wasn't just the AI coming out with that shit. She actually is pregnant.
Certainly was.
Raiden, there are also reasons behind your selection. Solidus raised plenty of other child soldiers. Do you know why we chose you?
Because you're blonde and you look so fabulous in that skull suit.
It's your feminine looks, and we thought, that'd be an interesting person to put on the mission.
But you turn your back on everything you don't like. You do whatever you like, see only the things you like, and for yourself alone.
Yes, Rose can attest to that.
You refused to see me for what I was. I lied to you, but I wanted to be caught. You pretended to be understanding, to be a gentleman. You never made a conscious attempt to reach out to me. The only time you did was when I gave you no choice but to do so.
I was just trying not to...
What? Trying not to hurt me? Dear, the one you were trying not to hurt was yourself. Avoiding the truth under the guise of kindness is all that you did. It occurred to you to do nothing but look out for yourself. Even if you claim that it was for my sake, that feeling was nowhere to be seen. In the end, everything was for your sake. I was never part of the picture.
Exactly right. So you see, you're a perfect representative of the masses we need to protect. This is why we chose you. You accepted the fiction we've provided, obeyed our orders, and did everything you were told to. The exercise is a resounding success.
Didn't I tell you that GW is still incomplete? But not anymore, thanks to you.
Your persona, experiences, triumphs, and defeats are nothing but byproducts. The real objective was ensuring that we could generate and manipulate them. It's taken a lot of time and money, but it was well worth it considering the results. I think that's enough talk. It's time for the final exercise.
Yeah, I think that's enough.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, that's what I was thinking. We had about nearly an hour of cutscenes. So.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Aren't you forgetting something?
If you die, my child dies.
The termination of vital signals from your nanomachines means the death of Olga's child. Not to mention the death of Rose. She's wired the same way.
Rose, does she actually exist?
Of course I do, Jack. You have to believe me.
I love how they just capitalise the words lie.
Believe.
Solidus at least wants you dead.
We will collect the necessary data.
Why is he red?
No idea. I have no idea.
So,
Did you ever see the funny Easter egg where he's like, Ryder, I mean right now, get back to the mission.
our beloved monsters, enjoy yourselves.
Okay, that was a very long conversation. That was like 20 minutes.
Yep.
Fucking hell.
That was the longest codec call, I think.
That was just a codec call, I think. It was 20 minutes. Everything else as well. It's come up to well over half an hour. Can we... You know, this is a video game. Can we have some gameplay, please? I love Metal Gear Solid and all, but, you know, gameplay might be nice.
Well, only another 5 minutes, and then it'll start. Yeah, you say that, right? Wait till you get to MGS4. Act 1 and 2, you've got plenty of gameplay. Act 3, 4 and 5, there's more cutscenes than gameplay. Like, Act 5, guess what, I'll tell you what Act 5 is like. 2 hours and 30 minutes of cutscenes. Yeah. 2 hours and 30 minutes of cutscenes, and only 30 minutes of gameplay. So you think this is bad? Get to MGS4. There's like 15 hours in total, and most of it's filled with cutscenes.
So Solidus actually killed his
Raiden's
parents.
parents.
Yeah.
That bound them to him. Unless you kill me and face your past, Jack, you will never escape. You'll stay in the endless loop, your own double helix. It's time we were both free.
Yay! The sword. Oh, I had to make it look as fabulous as possible. Hey, that's not fair. He's cheating. He's got 2.
Doesn't matter, because I can still kick his ass regardless.
I'm just saying.
Been erased, but there are other traces. Inside you. What? The information is being carried by the nanomachines in your cerebral cortex and throughout the neural network they formed.
Let the final fight be.
Brace yourself.
So basically this is just like a sword fight.
Pretty much. And what you want to make sure is that you block his attacks, because what you have to do is you have to block his sword attacks every single time that he attacks you.
Oh god!
Now, as soon as he runs, sometimes he'll actually look onto the roof and then try and attack you there. Or sometimes he'll actually charge right up ahead really fast and use fire to attack you. So you want to make sure when he charges up against you, you avoid the fire. And you've got to make sure you avoid the missiles as well in the process. Otherwise he's going to get you. So you've got to be very careful.
Not the most fun fight in the game, I think, but what did you think?
I thought this fight was pretty cool, but
No!
not the best final boss in Metal Gear Solid history.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting at here.
Not the best final boss battle in Metal Gear history.
I think there are better final bosses.
Yeah, true. I actually think the one in MGS4 was quite epic though. Brother against brother.
Yeah, but we'll get to that when we'll get to that. This is... You're making quite short work of him.
It's easy. Actually, I have to admit, I do find this quite easier than Metal Gear Solid 1's with Liquid. Even though
I am Doc Octopus no more!
And now you will die. Okay, now I'm going to get a codec call from Colonel. This is only going to take about 2 minutes or so.
Okay.
Right.
And it's optional as well.
It's optional, that's good.
Right, you have to beat Solidus. This is your last duty.
We're not just pawns in some simulation game, you know.
Yes, you are. We're nothing but mere weapons. No different from fighter jets or tanks.
What the?
The old model destroyed 4 years ago was Rex.
The new amphibious model is Ray.
Both of these are the same as the code names used by the U.S. Armed Forces to refer to Japanese warplanes during World War II.
Your code name, Raiden, too, comes from the Japanese Navy's name for one of its interceptors.
Stop it. I'm not a weapon.
Oh, really? Do you know the code name?
If you look at Rose carefully, sometimes her eyes...
I know, her
roll
eyes
back
look
of
so
her head.
creepy.
Yeah, it's spooky.
So it turns out Jack and Raiden, according to them, are weapons of mass destruction that come from fire jets and tanks.
Bollocks.
That is bollocks. But then again, it is bollocks because the Colonel's the same person who said to you,
Ah!
fucking arsehole, fucking Colonel, puts me off! Puts me off my concentration, fucking arsehole.
Chill. It's not the end of the world. You've got plenty of chance to beat him.
I know, but still the Colonel did put me off, didn't he?
A little.
Fucking-
But you didn't
A
have
little?
You didn't have to answer the call.
Yeah, but it was optional and I decided to listen to it. I didn't know that was going to happen.
Here he comes again. And we're gonna kill him.
Stab him right through the gut.
Okay, so that's Solidus gone.
And that's the end of the game.
We're never gonna see him again.
Yep, that's the end of MGS2 after all these cutscenes.
Yeah.
Another half an hour or so.
Another snake bites the dust, yeah! Another snake bites the dust, yeah! Forgive me. That was awful, but I had to.
Look at all that blood. Now, do you know what's actually interesting? The UK version, for some reason they actually censored the blood when it comes out of Solidus.
Okay.
Whereas the US and Japanese version, the blood was still there.
Is that why I can't... When I remember playing the game, I don't remember seeing any blood come out of him?
Yep. That's right.
Oh, well, obviously I couldn't be bothered to change that for the HD version.
Nope.
Which is great!
Because they don't give a shit about the UK when it comes to games.
Not anymore, anyway.
Well, actually, I've got to say though, when it comes to video games, Japan seems to get a lot more than what we do. Like,
Yeah.
you know, you've ever heard of a game called Willy Wombat?
No.
That was a 2D platformer, or 2.5D platformer, that was released on the Sega Saturn only in Japan. It's supposed to be quite good as well.
Yeah. So Solidus dies. We don't have to worry about seeing him again at any point in the series.
Yep.
Not alive, anyway.
Yep.
So now we're back in Manhattan. And, you know, everything's fine, you know, apart from the giant freaking ship that's just went into everything.
And two random blokes on the top of the roof fighting each other with samurai swords.
Yeah. Yeah, there's nothing weird about that at all.
I've got to admit though, I do think that Metal Gear Solid 2 has one of the weakest endings in the series. I think.
Yeah.
The ending feels kind of weak with very chibi dialogue and just, I don't know, it's very ambiguous in a way.
Yeah, but I suppose in the end they had to leave the ending open, I suppose, so that you knew what was coming next.
Yeah, but it did feel kind of ambiguous in a way.
So, in spite of the fact that Arsenal Gear has just crash landed and everything, people are still going to be walking up and down the streets and not being absolutely...
Gobsmacked at the Arsenal
Yeah,
gear.
they're not even bothered. They're just walking along and... Oh wait, no, there was a cop that looked bothered.
I've got to say though,
But everyone else is just like, yeah, I don't care.
I was going to say, when I was a kid, for some reason, the way those people walked, they walked like bloody zombies to me. They were like... And I was like, what the hell's going on?
Do you think Metal Gear Solid 2 was trying to turn into Shaun of the Dead?
I think, from the looks of it.
There's no such thing in the world as absolute reality. Most of what they call real is actually fiction.
But yeah, we've technically beaten the game.
After these cuts.
Then, what am I supposed to believe in?
And also, it will give us a chance to look at our name on the dog tab. Dog tag. Yeah.
Dog tag.
Dog.
Faith. What we had faith in. What we found important enough to fight for. It's not whether you were right or wrong, but how much faith you were willing to have. That decides the future. The Patriots are a kind of ongoing fiction too, come to think of it. Listen, don't obsess over words so much. Find the meaning behind the words, then decide. You can find your own name. And your own future.
Decide for myself?
And whatever you choose will be you.
I don't know if I can.
I know you didn't have much in terms of choices this time. But everything you felt, thought about during this mission is yours. And what you decide to do with them is your choice.
You mean start over?
Yeah, a clean slate, a new name, new memories. Choose your own legacy. It's for you to decide. It's up to you. By the way, what is that?
And these just kind of turn up out of nowhere.
Dog tags.
Anyone you know?
Oh yeah, I know loads of dickheads.
In this world.
No, never heard the name before.
That's because it's not really a name, Raiden.
I'll pick my own name.
That's like if I put down something. Say if I put down just pig or something. You'd be like, you never heard of anyone like that? No, never heard of the name before. It's because it's called pig. You twit.
They taught me some good things too.
I know. We've inherited freedom from all those who fought for it. We all have the freedom to spread the word. Even me.
Snake, what about Olga's child?
Don't worry. I'll find him. Count on it. As long as you keep yourself alive, he's safe.
Do you know where Liquid went?
I put a transmitter on his ray.
Did he head for the Patriots?
Yeah, but I have a feeling they gave Ocelot a bogus location to begin with.
I'm just astonished that so many people are walking up and down the street and they're just not even bothered by the giant ship.
This contains
Or even the fact that there are two people wearing these weird sneaking suits. And they're not even bothered by those people wearing those suits. And one of them's got a bloody sword on him. Surprised no one's looking at him.
virus is coded to destroy only a specific part of GW, namely the information about the Patriots' identity.
Well, actually, not exactly, because there are a couple of people who are looking at it.
Parameter coded in here
If
that
you notice in the
defines
background
what
just a
that
second ago.
information is.
I get it. Analyze the code and
See?
you can probably find out where they operate. Count me.
So Snake's obviously going to try and track the Patriots.
I like his eyes there. Look at his eyes. He's thinking, people you need to talk to. As oh shit, Rose is over there. Deal with her. I'm going. I'm leaving. You deal with her. Raiden, I'm going.
And people you need to talk to, you get to get lucky. You get to have sex.
Yeah. I like the way Snake was all like, people you need to talk to. Just walk off.
Yeah. There's a lady there that wants to have sex with him. I better go.
Yep.
Snake?
What's wrong?
Nothing. Can I ask you something? Who am I, really?
I wouldn't know. But we're going to find out together, aren't we?
Oh. Yeah.
See me for what I am, okay?
I know.
And there you go. Now you know for sure if she's pregnant.
Yep.
And that's it.
Well, no, this is the final cutscene.
Of course.
Then
This is when we first met.
that's that.
I remember now. Today is the day I met you.
Bravo, Raiden.
The day is the day I met
That's
you.
it.
You just remembered.
I think I found something to pass along to the future.
What?
He said all living things want their genes to live on.
Are you talking about the baby?
Yeah. The genes aren't the only thing you pass on. There are too many things that aren't written into our DNA. It's up to us to teach that to our children.
What kind of things?
About the environment, our ideas, our culture, poetry, compassion. joy. We'll tell them everything together.
Is that a proposal?
This is for your ears only.
I love this music track. I think it's really nice.
Very nice.
I think it's called Can't Say Goodbye to Yesterday.
Yeah, that's what it's called.
Yeah,
Good song.
yeah. Not as good as
The best is yet to come.
yeah,
That's
I think
legendary.
I think Best Is Yet to Come is a better song, but this is still a really nice song. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is that.
That's MGS2 in a nutshell.
We're done.
Yep. So yeah.
We hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for tuning in and watching us make asses of ourselves again.
And talking over the cutscenes.
Yep. I bet that really wound some people up, but hey,
That's who we are. We can't change who we are.
plus it's, you know, it's a Metal Gear Solid game. It's made up of mostly cutscenes. I mean, if you're going to do a commentary on Metal Gear Solid, you kind of expect to talk over some of the cutscenes because there's just so many of them. Otherwise, it wouldn't be a bloody commentary.
The only time we'll be doing commentary is when the gameplay itself. We have to talk a little bit in the cutscenes, but not too much.
Yeah, I mean,
We can talk a little bit in the cutscenes, but not too much.
I mean, things like Sonic and Mario, you can generally get away with not talking over the cutscenes because they're very short and they don't dominate the game. With Metal Gear Solid, plot dominates the game more than, you know, gameplay and everything else.
Even though I have to say that I was more of a fan of the gameplay,
Yeah,
for me personally.
the gameplay is amazing. I think it's really well done. Definitely a big, huge improvement over the first game. Though I think the story in the first game
Was
was better.
better.
Yeah,
I did prefer the story in the first game.
I do think that.
I prefer the characters, I prefer the setting, I prefer the atmosphere, I prefer Foxhound more so than Dead Cell. I actually thought in terms of story it wasn't nearly as good, but everything else was improved.
I think the
Music wise it wasn't improved either. I thought the first game had better music than, you know, the second one.
Yeah. I think that story-wise, it is a bit too confusing in areas. I mean, it's not as confusing as it was when I was a kid. Let's get that clear. It's not that confusing now that I'm older and I understand it more. But
Can you actually try and explain the plot to someone? If you were to speak to someone, explain the plot to them. And, they'll be
Exactly.
like, and then they'll be all like, what the fuck?
exactly, that's kind of what I'm getting at here. This is a very tricky game to describe to somebody if you was to talk about it to somebody. Gameplay-wise, like I said, I think it was major improvement over the first game. It just, the AI was so much better.
You know, the
They
controls,
yeah.
you know, the camera shots,
They
everything was improved.
They acted more, what was it?
Intelligent.
Yeah, more realistic as well. Like, it isn't just an instant alert as soon as someone sees you. They have to call for backup first. That's more realistic. I just think that, I just like the way that was handled more. The fact that, Snake wasn't really a playable character for much of the game, that honestly never bothered me. Because I quite like Raiden. I don't hate him like quite a lot of people do. And we've already had that rant before though, so I won't get into that again. Music was amazing, but then again it's Metal Gear Solid, that kind of comes with the territory, and the game looks really good as well. Again, obviously. So yeah. Metal Gear Solid 2 is a fantastic game, and if you haven't played it, I highly recommend you do so. And what about you?
I think it's a great game. I don't like it as much as the first one, but I do think it is a great game in terms of gameplay and graphics, especially for the time. The music is quite good, so I do enjoy the music quite a bit. I like how this game has a bit more, detail to the gameplay itself. I thought it was a lot of fun. But, the storyline's a bit convoluted and a bit contrived a bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did like the game though. I thought it was quite good. So, I liked it.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah. So, what's coming next, I hear you ask? It's kind of tricky because this is Lewis's game of choice, and the next one is kind of my game of choice, isn't it?
What game's that then?
I was thinking about redoing Sonic Generations, maybe. And doing the missions.
If you want to.
Yeah. So that's... unless you want to do something else. Well, I thought it was going to be like, your choice, my choice, your choice, my choice.
Don't know, really.
But yeah, you do a game, then I do a game. And you do a game, then I do a game.
Yeah, you can do Sonic Generations, and we still got to do 3 and 4 in the future.
Yeah. But 3 would probably come after Sonic Generations anyway, and I can get through Generations pretty quick, so... Like I say, we've written out a list.
Very big list.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do agree with you though. I do think the first game had the best story out of all of them, mate.
Yeah. Well, there really isn't much for us to talk about.
There isn't.
We've kind of discussed the game and
Our
talked about
thoughts on it.
Yeah, talked about how fucking great it is and
Yep.
what we're going to be doing next. So, yeah. By the way, just because we say we're going to do something, don't hold us to it. There may occasionally, be times when something may come up and we may end up doing something else. But we've got quite a lot of games listed, so there most likely will be something.
Yep. Pardon you.
Pardon what? I'll be as soon as I... But yeah, that's the end of the credits. One last scene, and then that is it. And we will see you guys for the next Let's Play.
Actually, 2 scenes, because you got this scene and the scene where Otacon and Snake talk to each other. So it's technically 2 scenes.
Okay. Yeah, that's what life is all about. Shagging and having children.
Yep.
And then die. You live, you shag, you have kids, you die. That's basically what Snake is saying. No, he's not. It's all about,
Life's not
living
terrible.
living life to the fullest.
I was
That's
gonna
what
say,
he's saying.
life is not that bad.
It can be cool sometimes, but it can be shit at other times. It's pretty standard.
Well, actually, no. Life is what you make it out to be, really. Life is what you make it, really. Life is however you want it to be, really. You can make it good. You can make it good, or you can have it bad. You can think life is shit, or you can think life is good. It's all down to you, really.
You sound just like our mother saying that.
No, actually, I sound more like a friend of mine back at college. I had a friend called Rob who was teaching me all about, life and stuff. Yeah, I know, surprising. We were good friends, we were, and he used to talk to me about it. Because he used to ask me, what's the meaning of life? I don't know. He was like, it's life. He was like, no, it's however you want it to be.
Okay.
Because you can make it good for yourself, you can have a good life or a bad life.
Anyway, that is that.
That's MGS2. Loves this game.
And
Great.
one last scene, and then we will end this part off, and we will see you guys at the next Let's Play that we do.
Snake, you there? It's me. I've finished going over that disc.
Did you find the Patriots list?
Of course. It contains the personal data of 12 people. There was a name on it. Snake, it was one of our biggest contributors.
What's going on around here?
I don't know.
Anyway, where are they?
Well, we were right about them being on Manhattan, but
But what?
they're already dead. All 12 of them.
When did it happen?
Well, about 100 years ago.
What the hell?
Dun dun dun.
And that's the end of the game. 8 hours and 28 minutes, 9 save, 3 continues, 12 alerts, 75 people killed, and 15 rations used.
Okay.
Okay, so that's the end of the game then.
Okay, we'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.
Sayonara. My code name is a tarantula. Thanks, game. Cheers. Well, actually, no, I wouldn't have been a tarantula if it weren't for all those cutscenes.
New item obtained.
Digital camera in the tanker episode. Digital camera in the plant episode. And yeah.
We'll see you guys next Let's Play, and yeah.
Sayonara.
Thank you for watching.
Thanks, guys. See you later.